Morning. This is the best job I've ever had.
Water's moving and caps are flowing.
Hey, you can't go into the basement. You just can't. You wouldn't let anyone go in your basement if there was something valuable, would you? You're not our neighbor. Glad you understand. My name's Isabella. Nice to meet you. Yeah. I mean, it's not a problem, right? You're not thinking of going into that basement, right? You're not our neighbor. Glad you understand. Army, Caravaneer, Guard. Before you ask, Army sucked, caravanning was unpredictable. This is the only good job. I submitted an application, got an interview, had the best interview, got hired. Have you never done that before? No, it's okay. Not stupid. California's just that way these days. Well, I'll tell you that growing up in Orville, my parents probably would have disowned me if they were alive to see me work for the Hightowers. A lot of bad business there, and you don't get to the top without screwing over a lot of people. Wasn't just Orville either. The water merchants messed up Nextchecker, Mammoth Pool, and McCullamy real bad. But Leland Hightower has honestly been fine to me. Reliable, understanding, polite, good pay. So, I really don't care what he's done in the past because he seems content now. I guess I would be too if I owned everything. Enjoy your stay. Oh, it's you again. Enjoy your stay.
Hello.
I'm quite busy. Did you need something? I am Hezekiah, personal chef to Mr. Hightower, though calling these backwater supplies of flesh and starch cuisine is frankly offensive. I trained in Dayglow, where food was an art form, not a war crime. Mr. Hightower is an excellent employer, although I'm not sure if I'll ever forgive him for sending me to a backwater hole such as this. I jest, of course. Mr. Hightower appreciates good food, but he insists on these pointless acts of charity. I am forced to prepare my creations, painstaking, delicate masterpieces, for people who would smother foie gras in gyro sauce. It's tragic, really. Because refined talent is wasted on the poor. If you want to poach gecko fillets in citrus butter and finish them with a sage foam, you need a patron wealthy enough to appreciate the effort, or at least pay for it. Hub ghouls would rather eat canned beans with their hands. No thank you. When Mr. Hightower allows me creative freedom, I deliver elevated cuisine. Imported Brahmin marrow, hand-harvested cactus blossoms, delicate bighorn consommé. But the moment his populist guilt sets in, he insists I prepare something simple for the common man. I nearly resigned when he asked me for meatloaf. I would open a tasting salon in Shady Sands. 12-course menus, every dish a story. Each flavor profile a challenge to the senses. If you want food, the Euro restaurant down the road might serve some wasteland stew. It's quite a simple dish, so you'll feel right at home. I do not serve meals like some common caravan cook. I curate experiences, and you, my dear, have the palate of a radroach. Of course.
Stay safe.
Yes? What do you want? Are you new in town? Or to the NCR in general? Ah, well, I suppose it doesn't matter. I'm Leland Hightower, CEO of the new California Water Company. Is there some particular reason you're speaking to me? Then you came to the right place. I'm sure you've noticed the giant overpass overlooking Baker and Fort Weston. If you were feeling adventurous, you may have even tried to cross it. Well, it has been under construction for a staggering 7 years, with almost no substantial progress of note. That thing is a major eyesore, not to mention a safety hazard to the area. I'd like you to head to the overpass construction site and ask around. Figure out why they're dragging their feet and who I can. Who's to blame? Put simply, we are the lifeblood of every community in New California. The previous administration botched the handling of the NCR's great reservoirs of water, so we were given exclusive control over every drop of water in New California. The hub has been the source of water to California for nearly 2 centuries. It's only right that it falls to us. You see, this is the type of thinking that drained the Shasta Lake. It is a necessary commodity used by every Californian. We do not need to charge exorbitant rates, only ensure that all water goes where it needs to go. No bottle of water will ever cost more than 15 caps under my leadership or anyone else's. Of course, civic mindedness is the bedrock of Californian democracy. What did you want to discuss? President Kimball is the personification of hub state politics, for better or for worse. Patronage, over-bureaucracy and underfunding of government departments, lack of federal aid to the states, corruption, obedience to moneyed interests, and a lack of social safety nets. I've spoken with him at length on these issues, but he believes that all these problems are temporary ones, or they're not actually problems. It is a difficult place to run a business. The city has been desperate for revenue since the '73 riots and was forced to increase taxes on its citizens. The state government prioritizes the suburbs over our urban working class. Rampant corruption on all levels of power impairs efficiency and erodes public trust in our institutions. And the most important high-paying union jobs continue to leave for, well, the West. The hub has always been a difficult place for mutants to live peacefully. In '73, it boiled over after police attacked a ghoul woman of the oldest trade. I have a distaste for the profession, but I also acknowledge it as a legitimate occupation. She didn't deserve that. I remember seeing the smoke in downtown from my office in the Water District, and I saw the hub shoot at officers in the Heights District. So many people just left after that. The hub has never recovered. Labor unions, the spokesmen of the workers, a vital component of any democracy. Kimball has been uniformly hostile to them and has broken up dozens of smaller unions and a couple of the larger ones. In the hub, the only major union left is the Desert House Railroad Workers Union, a sharp decline and sad to see. If you wish. It is a large and growing community, centered on tourism to the Strip, military movement to the west, agriculture, and the overpass construction project. Well, there is a significant level of corruption. The Ultrajet epidemic has hit Baker unusually hard. The local police department has been apathetic or incompetent in the face of it. In addition, should the NCR expedition to the Mojave reverse, this town will enter a steep decline. Based on my information, that's closer than you might think. Something major. I've been forming connections with the powers that be for decades, and I clearly interrupted something when I got Colonel Royas transferred here. Secret meetings at hub ranches, an emergency meeting in Shady, troop transfers at Murrock and Fort Irwin. A lot of powerful people are going out of their way to not talk about it. If I had to guess, the hub is making a move against Stanton. That said, now that I've called Colonel Royas here, the trade war between them is unlikely to escalate any further. That is correct. I had to burn quite a few favors to get him transferred here from his wonderful campaign protecting lakefront property in the Sierra Nevada. There were caravan attacks not too long ago, and I thought his forces would be more useful protecting our largest supply line of the Mojave than some vacation and CEOs. Sure, if that's what you want. It's important to the future of the NCR. Securing control of the Mojave will enable greater control of the Long 15 and enable further NCR expansion through Nevada and to Utah. The dream of a stable, peaceful civilization is in sight. And of course, locally, the annexation of New Vegas as the first true new state of the NCR since its founding will help with our economy. Its populace still uses the bottle cap, and that's something that will make the transition from the dollar to the cap much easier. They are a serious threat to civilization and represents a backward step to the time of anarchy and violence. I assume most people in Arizona, New Mexico, and Colorado are by and large good people, so it's up to us to free them from Legion totalitarianism. More important than most people understand, it's not all military prowess. People need to feel like their currency is worth something to feel secure. They need to feel that the fundamentals of society function. If they don't, well, then society is doomed. Why wouldn't they? The NCR is the best hope for the wasteland. After nearly a decade of contact with them, surely they have realized that by now. Sure, if that's what you want. Ask them. It is, isn't it? It's my winter home, away from the hub. I had it built as a vacation spot many years ago. Eventually, though, I hope to turn this town into a great business center, the perfect bridge between the hub and the Mojave. It is a pity my wife didn't live to see it, but I'd imagine that she would have loved it. Very well. That is is correct. My company has a net worth of approximately 215 million NCR dollars. It won't be half as impressive as putting it back in the hands of the people. It is the duty of the rich to act as the great investor of the next generation of entrepreneurs and this generation of the poor. I hope to have put 95% of this great sum back into the hands of the people before my life is over. My gift to the people of the NCR. Yes, my wife is deceased, unfortunately. A particularly aggressive cancer. My son is in training at the Shady Business School to learn how to run this company. He'll be interning with the followers in the boneyard next year to learn how to run people. I'm very proud of him. And my daughter is a more creative type, painter and writer. They're so busy these days, I only have Cavill to keep me company. Ask them. Yes, goodbye.
Excuse me.